Hey hey, seconds per frame here. Well, another episode of Vampire Survivors. Let's see here. What are we going to play today? Guess I'd like to go with Porta. Maximum area of effect. Let's go with Mad Forest again. So, first item here. King Bible again. I think it's too easy, so I'm going to go with Fireward instead. Yeah, loving the low cooldown at the start with this character. You'll get your first level up very quickly this way. So, on my lightning level, why not? First couple of waves shouldn't be a problem really. So, for those of you who don't know, what's this character's deal? Well, he gets an added bonus to area of effect size. That's basically it. And the first couple of seconds when starting a new run, you get like a reduced cooldown. Kill a little faster, because it's, you know, randomly hitting. Tomb, always nice. Not going for birds this time. I think they really only shine and if you get them both, but you know, still viable as always. Just have to, you know, get a little lucky with other picks and then you're good to go. Our first boss showed up. Like to get another weapon, which hits a little faster in our immediate vicinity. Otherwise we're going to get screwed once the boards are going to start. Don't want to go with whip again. I'm going to go for a tractor so we can pick up items a little easier, and especially experience, even though there's many more enemies on screen. Right. More experience, eh? Nah. I think I'm going to go with X. Always solid. Maybe a little too solid, but you know. They're fun to use on Porta, because they get huge like any other projectile. Even something like Rune Tracer, which is this, which functions quite similar to what's it called? I don't know, I forgot. The cross, right? Magic wand. Good for some additional knockback, because we don't take King's Bible this run. Or I'm not planning to. Maybe I'm forced into it, I don't know. Another level up ring. And as you can see, you know, taking some damage, especially once you've upgraded some of your passives in the main menu, you're not really in any danger, at least not this early. Yeah. You know what? I'm actually going to take Clog Lantern for a change. Maybe it will even help us to stay alive a little longer once the game clears and death shows up. You can freeze him for a time and eventually kill him, although I believe every 3 minutes or so another one will spawn. Well, thank you, more lightning please. And yeah. the area of effect of lightning will get kind of ridiculous with this character. But that's so great about him. Or is it a her? I don't know. Going by the name, I think it's a he. More fire wand. Going mainly with lightning though is risky in and of itself, because you know you can't really have a pathway you are currently going. You have to rely on your RNG. More magic wand it is. Not interested in those other items. Another chest. Let's see him. Alright. Triple chest. I leveled up twice. That's awesome. It's quite the DPS boost for right now. Let's go with another level of fire one here. Now the ghosts are going to start spawning in. They're squishy, but you know, they can easily overwhelm you, especially if you know they get pushed inside of you because of some bad swarm. So you gotta be careful. Always be on the move in the early game, I'd say. Another level of fire wand. So, what's with items we're looking for? Well, right now we're still looking for Candelabra Door to upgrade our axe, and Dome for upgrading our wand, and Spinach to upgrade our fire wand. Now, Lightning Ring and Stun doesn't upgrade into anything. Should we go with Santa Water again? I think it'd be quite fun, actually, because, you know, big area of effect, or... I don't actually know if it has the same problem with the item. I can't tell if this passive actually increases the size of that, we'll see. What are we at right now? Currently at plus 40%. Let's get the orb over there, but first, yeah, let's go with even more area of effect size. Which, you know, you should try to take with this character. His AoE will get quite huge. Another level of fire wand. Like always, prioritizing upgradable weapons. Nice freeze on the boss over there, and as you can see, he got kinda melted. Only a single chest, but that's okay. More weapon upgrades, nice. Another 5 seconds until the plants despawn on their own. So you just have to... Yep, there we go. Just have to avoid the green zombie man. But even then, we're killing them quite proficiently, but there's not many of them, so it's quite slow going at this minute mark. You know, when I started this video, I thought to myself, you know, I'd really like a randomizer button for character selection, because I mostly don't even know what I want to play, because I quite like all characters. Well, maybe not so much X-Dash, because he's kind of weird mechanically, you know. I like but nerfed stats overall, especially very low projectile speed, which can be good in some cases, but overall it's not that exciting. I'm going to go with Magic Wand again, not interested in Stone Mask, because I'm like only 5k gold away from maxing all my upgradables, so not really a priority, I guess. Maybe if they add more passives in the future and, you know, I got some gold saved up so I can instantly buy them. I hope that's the case anyways. They implemented cloud saves, so it should be possible to, you know, even if they change to a different engine that we'll still be able to play with our save, but I'm happily willing to start over again. I think I read somewhere in the community hub of Steam that they're doing their best to keep the game, you know, compatible with different versions. So I hope it stays that way, but you know, if not, then not. It's what happens with early access games, right? Alright, now the swarming starts in earnest, so we gotta be a little careful. I'm not maxing lightning right now, because, you know, prioritizing upgradable weapons, as I said. Let's hit slow chicken. Maybe another one if he managed to find it. No. It's quite hectic right now, I realized, so I'm not able to pick which enemies I want to kill. But you know, it actually makes it a little more fun, for my taste anyway. If you're always picking the same 3 items, you know, then it's actually a little too easy. Let's get this chest and let's see what's inside. Another triple chest. Glad. Nice. More weapon upgrades. Always nice to see. We're quite lucky this run, I realize. Haven't had as much luck in my previous runs. Some runs you only get single chest upgrades, but you know. Ah, here we go. Finally, spinach. So we only need... what? That's it, actually. We already got tone. Right. So all item upgrades that are left, we can basically choose whatever. So I'll let myself get surprised by what we get this time around. Fire one again, right. From what I can tell, it doesn't seem like center water is affected by our character's passive at all, but you know, it's still a nice item to have. Especially since, again, we didn't take King's Bible, you know, AoE safety. Center water can basically do the same, so yeah. Okay. Would really like any one of those upgrades, but against my better judgment, I'm going to pick Duplicator just so that we have it picked guaranteed and not getting an offered again by, you know, RNG. It's almost werewolf time. In comparison to last video, as you can see, my DPS isn't as good. Or at least, you know, as I'm not targeting everything directly around myself, the clear speed is a little slower, but I think we will be able to manage. Alright. This chest. I'm going to pick, because it dropped the 10-minute mark, so I think it doesn't allow me to upgrade an item even if I'm playing after 10 minutes have passed. Could do some testing on that. It's just how I felt it was until now. I know for a fact you have to have at least 10 minutes into the game until, you know, you're eligible for upgrades. With a level 8 weapon, of course, but let's get on here. But from what I understand, the chest dropped before 10 minutes unflagged as upgradable, or containing an upgrade rather. But I'm keeping this chest around, as we are only a level or so away from upgrading one of our weapons. In fact, yeah, Firewand only needs one more level. So hopefully we'll get that before, we get surrounded and killed. Like we are going to very soon, if we're not lucky or careful. Ah, god damn it. Another triple, wow, we're really lucky this run. Let's skip that though. Alright. Well, there's a level 8. Another magic wand level, please. Alright. Well, even though our DPS is mostly randomly distributed, we're also freezing enemies as well. Let's upgrade our center weapon again. More weapon upgrades. Penta Water already doing some major work though. Like, half circle already. Let's go with X again. Love on our pickup range already. Another level on Duplicator, that's next out now, I believe, yeah. Most items have 5 levels, where weapons have 8 levels, but Duplicator is, I believe, the only one that has only 3 levels. Another 6x. Okay, would like to see a boss though. Minute 12 maybe. Another lava. I don't need it, but... You know what, let's take it anyway, just, luck does help. More gold, more chance for candelabra drops, and more magic ones. And also higher chance of dropping an item instead of gold from those light sources. I mean, not candelabras, I guess. Max magic wand, so we should see possibly 2 upgraded weapons at once if we are managing to get another chest with 3 upgrades. Yeah, let's push Clover. Let's raise our chance to get better chests. And there we go. Only a single, but upgraded weapon nonetheless. There are enough bosses around. This shouldn't be a problem. Let's upgrade Clock Lancet. Clock Lancet is one of those items that's it's always good to have, but it really shines late game. Because the intervals and the size where the area where it hits, or rather, isn't that big at the beginning. Well, you could say that about any one item in this game, but late game is where you're really looking for this stuns, so you can get through and save your eyes. Could use right now, but with upgraded magic wand we're already pushing back enemies which get too close, as you can see, so you're not in a lot of danger. Well, unless you get swamped by fast moving ghosts. But the swamps themselves are not the problem. The problem is that they're pushing stronger enemies into you, which is the reason that's fatal when they get on screen. Alright, next level X, so we got all our upgradable weapons maxed. Alright, only center water and stun lens left. Sometime in this wave, a big werewolf boss should show up. We should try and kill him as quickly as possible. Haven't seen him yet. Well, there's a boss dead. Let's stay as close as possible to him, so magic wand does more damage. Oh, there you go. Only a 1 upgrade, but you know, upgraded weapon nonetheless. Nice. Now it's firing endlessly. And as this character functions, yeah, let's go with more black lances. The area of the magic wand is also quite good. From what I could gather though, magic wand in terms of upgraded weapons is, damage-wise at least, is the weakest, but you know, weak utility of continuous knockbacks rather is the actual reason why we get it. Especially without King's Pipe, which is, as the name would imply, you know. King of knockback also. Well, this next map I'm going to run will be library again for some change of pace. Lava again. Want to max out as soon as possible with a higher level drop chest. We've gotten quite lucky this time around already, so I'm not going to complain about it. Wish there was some kind of, you know, quote-unquote secret on this map too, like in library where you're going to the right side until you hit the item mask, or you know, going to the left side until you hit the tome, which is always there. If you max out on items, you can pick up both items afterwards, and you have a max of 8 items then, which is quite nice. Something like that I'd like to see on this map, and others to come, of course, with different items, preferably. Yeah, more center water. Oh, there's a werewolf boss. Let's just stand here, stun lock him to death. Shouldn't be a problem. That's all she said. Another triple. Ah yeah, our X upgrade, nice. So, all our upgradable items are now fully upgraded. Couple more levels left for our weapons. Like Santa Water right there. Let's pick up this chest. Another single, as expected. Yeah, we're pretty much done. Just a couple items left to level. But still 14 minutes left to go. I'd also like to see, you know, the game reacting to your overall power level. So, you know, if you're looking like me right now, you know, I'd like to either the game would ramp up in difficulty somewhat, or alternatively, you know, just speed up the time or something. Just to, you know, save some time overall. I mean, I quite adore this game though. It's quite addicting actually. The reason I was even compelled to make a video about it in the first place, so that should tell you everything. It's really pure, you know, as in this meme, you know, pure neuron activation. Unexpectedly though, it's like one of the best games at the start of this year already. I'm quite excited to see what, you know, the dev will come up with over the next couple of months or years even. There's quite a lot of potential. I guess that shows you also that, you know, a solid gameplay loop is basically all you need to make a game compelling, and you can build on that if there's enough interest. Because, you know, if the core gameplay loop, you know, just doesn't grip people at in the first 5 to 10 minutes, you know, you basically just can just stop to, you know, keep working on it. It's just wasted potential. And wasted time and money, of course. Not a single chest, another upgrade, alright. Like to see 2000 golds more so I can buy my last and final upgrade after this run. Even if I lose somehow, which might happen. Because to tell you the truth, I'm really not used to talking and gaming at the same time in this context. Online gaming with friends or strangers, yeah, right, but you know, you're talking about specifics, stuff happening in the game. How about do you get used to it rather quickly through repetition? I guess it's like, you know, holding a presentation, right? First couple of times you may be quite nervous. I mean, I still am, but, you know, it subsides rather quickly because, you know, I've done hundreds of those over time for many different people, many different topics, but, you know, I guess the key to, you know, holding a presentation as always would be to just know what you're talking about. And you don't have to be an expert, but you have to be confident in what you're saying. Even if it isn't true, that doesn't really matter, but you have to seem like that, right? Although I absolutely hate corporate presentation. They're such bullshit, you know. Most presentations look like ass, the flow is all over the place, the focus doesn't lie with the person holding the presentation, but the slides person is presenting instead. I don't quite like it, I don't know. It's just a waste of time, you know. Just, I don't know, make a 2-minute video and then phone me into a 2-hour meeting, you know. Especially if you don't know what you're doing with your presentation in terms of design and actual content. But what are you gonna do, you know? I guess it's kind of like first world problems or high-level complaining, right? Would you rather, you know, work your ass off for the same pay or sit in a meeting room and bore yourself to death? I don't know what's worse, actually. It depends. It can be so fucking boring, you know, that I'd rather be overburdened with work, but, you know, there's a small line, I guess. Glad I'm not going to have to do that for much longer, though. And I'm hopefully mostly left alone and just being invited to short meetings with my team. Right. Now waves of plants are going to come up. They're very slow, very tanky, and we're going to see them for a couple of minutes. Which somewhat hampers our XP gain, but, you know, like I said earlier, it doesn't really matter at this point. We're basically done with our build anyways, just a couple percentages here and there, but, you know, damage and kill speed wise and safety wise, it doesn't change anything. 1400 gold to go. Like to see that definitely, but from my experience, the last couple of minutes will give you the most gold per minute, basically, because, you know, every level gives you another coin back. It's only 25, but, you know, if you get a level up like every 10 seconds or something ridiculous like that in the last couple of waves, it quickly adds up to 2000 gold or so. And also picking up chests, of course. Right, 1100 only left to go. So I was considering starting fresh with this game, I don't know. I'd like to relive the first couple of rounds. I guess if you're missing upgrades, you're more likely than not running into no upgrades for weapons. First because, you know, you don't know anything about upgrades unless you watch some videos beforehand and know the combinations by heart or are able to look them up while you're playing. And the second part is obviously, you know, you don't have all the items unlocked, so yeah. You may very run into a scenario where you're not even... Alright. Penta chest. Unskippable animation also, but you know, look at it. Alright. That's quite a lot of money. 800 goals, in fact. Nice. So only 200 more to go, which, you know, could be nothing. So yeah, I guess the game is actually quite a lot harder for the first couple of rounds until you have all your unlocks and, you know, learned about weapon combinations. But even without the second part, you know, you're going to run into them by accident. Maybe then investigate, but, you know, not having all the upgrades, I guess, is the hardest part. So yeah, this map, same as library of course, at the 25-minute was the map boss spawns, which is the hardest version of the bosses, which you need to kill at least once on each map to, you know, unlock hyper mode and get the achievement. Completing the stage is not a requirement for anything as far as I know. Although getting all the achievements isn't hard at all. It's just only a matter of time. From what I see, most people unlock them in like, I don't know, 5 to 10 hours or so. Most of them in the first couple of hours. Because they're mostly all item related. And sooner or later you're going to want to try every weapon and mixing them out. Which is inevitable if you make it to the 30-minute mark, you know. You have every item maxed. So that's 12 items right there. There goes the boss. Another triple chest. Holy shit. It's like we're getting so lucky here. Guess I'm putting that little tidbit into the title. Right. I guess we've already learned the next out since, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. Which is great. Still, even this overpowered and having basically nothing to fear unless we're completely stupid or something, it's still fun to kill endless enemies, you know. Also, I didn't pick the most frame-heavy weapons in the game, like Room Tracer, for example, and Bone. Well, Bone I couldn't pick, you know, the drop rate is quite low on different characters, but you can, if you're really lucky, get the weapon on other characters than Bone Man. Right, more money. let's keep it going here. Yeah. So as you can see, in comparison to Morticio, Center Water doesn't go full circle, you know, but even then it's not needed. It's big enough and spawns quickly enough that it does basically the same thing. It's just cool to look at, you know, be completely surrounded. Well, saying that we just got surrounded, but, you know, on a larger scale, I mean. Another boss. Careful to not run into him. Sometimes, you know, you can overlook such small boss enemies. They do the most damage, obviously, so... Another Penta, holy shit. God damn. I never was so lucky in my life. Maybe I should play the lottery after this. Maybe then I'd have money and opportunity to get some decent hardware going. But from my standpoint, you know, even if I do have the money to upgrade my hardware, currently in this market, I simply refuse to, you know, pay such outrageous prices for, you know, even now, I don't know, 5 to 6 year old hardware. And it's ridiculous, you know. Okay. One piece of hardware you should be able to buy a computer, and that was just, I don't know, 2 to 3 years ago. It's kind of sad, you know. I was always used to maybe paying, I don't know, between 1,000 and 1,500 bucks to get a half decent computer. Nowadays, you know, that's what you basically pay for, just a GPU. It's insane. So as long as it's still the case, you know, I guess I'm staying on my laptop, which is already, you know, going 7 years strong. I can only imagine. It was a gaming laptop, of course, but man, it's not that great anymore. Especially for modern titles. My god, I haven't played new games besides, you know, low hardware intensive indie titles like this one, which is just poorly optimized because, you know, it's running in JavaScript. That's beside the point. Basically every game in the last, I don't know, 5 years or so has, in my opinion, too focused on graphical fidelity and, you know, high hardware requirements. Kinda miss the days where, you know, there was most focus on story and gameplay. And even if there's a good AAA title, you know, all around, it's like there are some titles out there where, you know, you have like the best GPU and CPU chipset with a decent sized RAM and all that, and you're still running into frame issues, so that shouldn't be, you know, simply shouldn't be. Like AAA titles shouldn't function like poorly optimized early access indie games, and I don't know. It's just weird. But, you know, they do get away with it, so... Hope something changes in the future though, come on. Just let me pick up the last chest. Yeah, there we go. It's before death gets us. He's rolling over there. Let's see if we can keep him that way. Maybe we can kill him actually this time. It's my first time I'm doing this. Oh, never mind. Well, new personal best, I guess, if only for 9 seconds. Wow. Anyways, was a nice run. Oh, look at that. We even managed to almost double our gold goal. 9,500 gold. So yeah, let me get my last missing upgrade, and that's that. Well, thank you for watching. See you guys around. Bye bye.